It's the show that gets you over that post-Thanksgiving turkey blues. It's the Mike Sasson Show, broadcasting live from Mr. Small's Theater here in beautiful Millvale, Pennsylvania. My name is Mike Sasson. Right over there is my producer, Alex Clemens, first ballot Hall of Famer in the Internet Radio Hall of Fame, which I believe is in a strip mall outside of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. On today's show, we're going to be talking about the fact that Facebook wants me to give them money to get 0 people to watch. Also, talk about our Thanksgivings. Also, talk about Black Friday. This past Friday, it was retail orgy time. Me and Alex have both experienced Black Friday. We'll give you the inside scoop of what it's like to work on possibly the worst day of the year to possibly be working. Also, we're going to be doing bar thoughts and experiences. We're going to be doing a teacher of merit. Someone decided to snort cocaine and heroin in front of students.
You just ruined it.
Well, that's
not
what
a
it is.
Teaser.
That's it. That's what it is. I'll give you my take on it. I'll be honest with you. I'll give you my take right now. I'm all for it. I think that if more teachers were high, it would give us, the students, more to think about. Anyways, we're also going to be talking about a congressman who decided to send pictures of his genitals to women. And guess what? That woman shared it with the universe, and I will share it with the Mike Sasson audience later on. Also, Taco Bell has done it again. I think Alex, who is a huge fan of the Taco Bell, is going to be really excited. As soon as I saw this, I was like, this is something for Alex when she's drunk at 2:30 in the morning.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to
it.
It's only in a test market right now, but I hope they do it, and it's going to make me feel real good. Again, it's the Mike Sasson Show live on the River's Edge at www.riversedgepgh.com or on TuneIn Radio all over the planet Earth and maybe even beyond. I don't know about the technology on other planets. They possibly could be listening. Also, you might be watching us on Facebook Live, or you might be watching us after the fact on one of the several clips are on Facebook. Thank you again for everyone who watches and listens to the show, or you're listening to it in podcast form on Google Play, iTunes, or SoundCloud. Again, as I mentioned, it is the post-Thanksgiving episode, and I'll be honest with you, Alex, I'm very proud of myself right now because I'm a huge football fan, and right now the Steelers are playing, and I'm doing my show because I am committed to giving the people out there quality entertainment. Be damned if the Steelers are playing right now. And so what? You know what? If one of the Steelers met you, you know what? They probably would be they kind of brush you off. They'd be like, oh, yeah, great. But no, me and Alex, when you meet us out there, what do we like? We're wonderful. We sit with you. We talk to you.
I was going to suggest that we just watch the game and comment on it.
I think
just the whole time. Because I have some great comments when I watch football.
I understand that, and don't think that hasn't crossed my mind. The only issue is highly illegal.
Well, no. The game wouldn't be on.
Okay.
You know, like we'd be watching it, but no one would know that we were actually watching it.
But,
we would just comment.
But you ever seen, like, before a football game goes, you can't, like, decipher descriptions of the game without the expressed written consent of the National Football League?
What?
We can't, like, describe it without getting a letter that says we can't.
But, like, we wouldn't be describing it very well.
We were just watching it. And just
probably no one would even know that we were talking about the game.
You would just be...
It would all be about butts, really.
Really? Okay, so when you are watching a pro sporting event... How many comments are butt related on your end?
I would say 9 out of 10.
Are you a butt woman?
No. We've discussed this.
No, I'm not saying, I don't think we've discussed what type of woman you are.
I'm not a butt woman.
You're not a butt woman. I like a good butt on a woman.
On a woman?
Yeah, but I mean,
but not on a man.
On a man, you're a what? A face?
Yeah, I don't know. There's not as many things that you could be like. For women, it's like, are you a butt or are you a boob woman or man? There we go.
I guess maybe, I don't know. I mean, I've never actually asked the question. That's why I felt very liberated even asking to a woman. Because that's always the big thing with women, with guys. Are you a butt or are you a boob? And then typically it's a real debate. Like, people really get into real, like, oh no, it's butts. Like, no, it's boobs. And then then there's fights. I think World War I was based upon the butt versus boob debate. Because I think Kaiser Wilhelm, honestly, butt one, and then that guy from, I think it was Croatia who shot him, boob guy.
Yeah. History.
Little known historical fact. Again, I said it with conviction, so there's a good percentage of people that believed it. Moving on. Again, we're on Facebook, and we appreciate the people on Facebook for letting us be on Facebook because, thanks. Anyways, they always ask you for money. They're always like, we post on all the things.
They got to make money somehow, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, obviously what's his name? The guy who runs everything? The guy who owns Facebook?
I was just going to say Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg and Mark Wahlberg.
Same thing.
I think Mark Wahlberg might own a piece. You never know. He's opening up a Wahlburgers in Pittsburgh.
I know.
Maybe he'll show up and you can see him and you'll just
punch him in the face.
Yeah. Do you know how many women want to punch him in the face for making him watch Shooter? Anyways, so every once in a while they send us a note that's saying, hey, your post did great, but you could make more money if you posted this. And always you think about it. You're like, we've never actually paid for it. We've always just that's why you never see sponsored underneath one of our posts.
Because we're just that good.
We're just that good. And we're more organic in terms of our viewers. Also, the fact I don't have that kind of cash. Anyways.
That $4.
That $4 cash. I'm not made of money. Some of it has to go to, McDonald's and, Burger King and stuff. Anyway, so they sent me this. They had one of the things, and I shared it with Alex. And I thought it was one of the most interesting comments ever sent because it might be the worst sales pitch I've ever heard in my life. Alex, read said quote so people can hear it.
It says, your video post on tonight's Mike Sasson Show is performing well. Boost this post to reach up to 0 more people.
So they're asking money.
Sounds like a good deal.
Yeah, they're asking for money for us to get exactly no more views.
I wonder, I don't know. I think we should have tried it.
Just see if we got none.
Just, took a gamble there.
Just say we sent them $4 and we're like, you're right. You got us no more views.
Yeah.
You're not lying.
Nope.
In no way were you lying when you said you would help us absolutely know if we gave you money.
I stopped paying attention to those a long time ago.
I just think they're funny. I mean, they're just like, hey, you're performing well, but if you wanted to perform better, give us $5 and we'll make it that everyone really gets sick of your posts.
Yeah.
Then, because then you're at the top of their page and it says sponsored and everyone's just
I'm sure they're taking us down from Facebook as we speak.
Absolutely, because we're making kind of fun of them. Anyways, who knows? Hey, comment away about what you want to comment on. And again, we guarantee to read them, even if they're stupid. But again, I don't guarantee that I won't make fun of you. Also, moving on to the big holiday this past Thursday. It was Thanksgiving.
Was it?
It was, Alex.
No.
Yes, and we both spent it with our families. You have a very Thanksgiving top on right now. You have the
orange?
beige. Well, that's an orange. That's the Thanksgiving color. The orange.
I did wear
brown.
orange on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw my sister's picture. I matched our tablecloth very nicely.
Was that planned?
Yes.
Did you see the tablecloth and when I have the clothes for this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I knew the exact skirt to wear.
I showed up to my mom's house and in the tablecloth that was on the table was pineapples because she had not moved it since 4th of July.
See, we discussed this, that you have to have the right color tablecloth so that the food that you're eating blends in with it. Mm-hmm. Like after we were eating, we were all sitting there waiting for pie and stuff, and there was cranberries on the table and gravy and stuff, and the colors that were in the tablecloth, the cranberries, if you just moved it a little bit, matched perfectly with the tablecloth. So you'd never know.
The people who design the tablecloths, they're no dummies.
No. They are the smart people of the world.
I bet you they're like MIT, Carnegie Mellon level engineers.
Absolutely.
That do that. They're just geniuses that develop. That's one of those jobs that some art school guy got. He designs tablecloths. That's one of those jobs that if you meet a guy, he's just a regular dude. He works regular dude. He works outside of St. Louis, and there's guy. It's gotten to the point that I've worked an obscene number of jobs.
Really? No way.
Yeah. It's got to a point that there's so many industries that I've kind of dabbed my toe in. I've either sold to or been a part of.
Yeah.
And so whenever I'm in a conversation, I always go well, when I sold this or when I sold that, everyone kind of gets to a point of geez, you've gotten fired a lot. And the truth is, yeah, you're right. But one thing that I've learned is everything that is in your life, there's a guy who's designed it and there's a guy who sells it, and that guy could start a 45-minute conversation about every aspect of that about that product. Like when I was selling business forms, our company decided, says, hey, if you're in there selling business forms, you could sell them envelopes.
Oh,
and we're just like, yeah, exactly. And that's like the exact, like...
Blows your brains.
Yeah, that's like the exact, like, plot of The Office, like paper, like the people. I had borderline that job.
That's cute.
And so the guy came in from the envelope company, and he sold envelopes. And we're sitting there going, how long is this presentation going to be? 3 hours.
Love him.
On like 10, and there's so many different, like, well, this envelope, as you can see, the fold goes a little bit down, so that's for more of the prestige look. And then there's the one for this is for the elderly customers for this type of direct mail and blah, blah, blah.
I want to be in that presentation.
You would want to be on that presentation to learn every aspect of the envelope business.
You know, you can always learn more, Mike. You can always better yourself.
And I have been bettering myself. And so as a segue, it relates to Thanksgiving as well.
Does it?
Yeah, this year I kind of took a hold of cooking the turkey.
Oh, my God.
Because a couple weeks ago, as I mentioned, I was in Chicago.
Yes.
And part of my training in Chicago for my new gig was I worked with a chef. And during those conversations... Because that only makes sense. Well, yeah. I mean, in the business that I'm in, you work with chefs. Anyways, so I was talking to the chef, and you know, Thanksgiving was a week away, so I started talking about some concepts of how to cook a better bird, because I'm a huge guy of turkey. I love the turkey, and so he gave me a few pointers.
Okay.
One being, don't cook it with the light meat up. Flip it and have the dark meat on top so it marinates
got the
rest.
Little legs up.
Yeah, it marinates the rest because that's the fat is in the darker meat and that marinates everything. That was one.
Okay.
Two was critical. Always got to have a meat thermometer.
Right.
Get to 165. That's for turkey.
Okay.
Because the biggest debate always at my house is when's the turkey done. There are several years with my dad, he was so impatient that he would just be like, I want to eat now. And so he would pull the turkey out and it would, the center would legitimately still be cold.
Ew.
And my mom would just be like, we have to put it in the microwave. My dad would be like, no, we got to eat now. And we'd just be like, we'd like eat the 4 pieces of turkey.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Our family, yeah.
Well, you have to have like hors d'oeuvres and stuff before so that you don't have to be that angry.
Well, but it was always a situation with, you know, sometimes with my dad is if you have a schedule, then you got to keep to the schedule. And my mom's not big on schedules. If we ate Thanksgiving dinner at 11 p.m., she wouldn't care.
We had cute little, I didn't get to see them because I made it too late, but we had cute little cheese and cracker trays, and they were shaped like a little turkey. It's cute.
That is cute.
Yeah.
I agree. Cheese and crackers is big time. I was actually in charge of our pregame.
Oh my God, you're in charge of the turkey and the pregame.
Yeah, I'm a big time guy with Thanksgiving.
What was everyone else doing?
Nothing.
Sitting on their butts.
Sitting on their butts and doing not a goddamn thing. No, they were doing lots of things. Anyway, so I'm sitting there and I taking control of the turkey, low and slow, 325. I had the clock on it. I had everything like that. So I take the turkey out.
Okay.
And my big thing is my mom always cut it up immediately. That's the last thing. Goes, no, you got to let it rest for like 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Because what happens with the turkey is if you cut it too soon, then all the juices come out because it's too tight. You got to let that, all the juices come back in the meat. So I let it sit, and when I took up the turkey, you know, it looked pretty good, and and it was just it looked fall off the bone. The meat was great, all that kind of stuff. People were making comments. My mom, again, you know, sweetest woman that I've ever met, comes up to me, looks at the turkey, and just goes, "Oh, that's adequate."
Ooh.
Yeah. So
I feel like that's an improvement.
It's from most of the things in my life.
Yeah, exactly.
So we had a nice Thanksgiving. I ate far too much, which is like the Thanksgiving thing to do. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, I just ate just far too much, and so it was a good quality Thanksgiving. The young ones, I sent you a picture of Mia performing in front of me. She's replaced Carly as the insane one.
Oh, cool.
So like there's about a 3
at least it's not both of them being insane.
Yeah.
They switch off.
Yeah, well now Carly's in first grade. She's a little bit more mellow. Now Mia's the one that's just, running and jumping on tables and stuff like that. And then Jack's like 4 months old, 5 months old. He's just a lump.
Bag of potatoes.
Yeah, he's just a bag of potatoes that they dress up nice.
Yeah.
How was your Thanksgiving?
I bettered myself this year, Mike, as well. My Thanksgiving Eve, we talked about it last week on the show. I usually have something horrible that happens, or like it's usually pretty shitty.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't shitty.
Wow.
Yeah. Like we went to Southside and we got there okay. We got home okay. We had a great time. We danced. I danced on some, like, grinded on some windows and stuff.
Nice.
That's a big thing for me apparently when I drink.
You like to like it's like the red light district or something like that. You want people to come in and like you're.
So we were at Finn McCool's in Southside, and they have when you first walk in, there's this little like kind of stage area, but they have like a couch up there and stuff, so you can sit up there. And there's windows right there, so you can see everyone that's waiting in line to get in. And so I was up there, like, dancing on the windows and stuff, like, yeah, showing off the goods to people.
I mean.
But apparently I do this all the time because people have multiple videos of me being drunk and, like, grinding up on windows.
But I think there's a part of you that is, you're a performer. You like, you're a performer on this show, but you like the fact that there's a glass there.
Yeah, I'm protected.
Yes, I think you like that.
Except those people came into the bar immediately after. But I did make friends with the bouncer that way.
That is a good
We had, like, great conversations through the glass, and then, yeah.
Now, of course, you would never be an exotic dancer, but if it was old school behind the glass, would that increase?
I want to be in, like, one of those cages, like, up high.
Like back in the 60s, like a go-go dancer type deal?
Yeah, but I wouldn't be a go-go dancer. They have them for other things.
Okay.
Just want to be in the cage.
You just want to be in the cage.
Yeah,
and be
no one
safe.
touches me.
No one touches you. But I'm just saying.
I just get to dance.
But in terms of an exotic dancer, if you were behind the glass and a guy would just put in the money and then you would dance.
Oh,
and
he
do
puts
whatever.
in money.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds nice.
And then
it's like a vending machine.
Haven't you ever seen? Yeah,
That's great.
Haven't you ever seen the Madonna video where like the guy puts in the money and then
I've never seen any Madonna video ever.
You should watch the Madonna videos. Anyways, this is old school. Like you put in the money and then the thing draws up and then the woman does the dance for a couple, like a minute or two, and then it goes down and then you have to keep putting money in.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that?
Why don't you do that?
I'm going to do it.
You should start at there's even drive-through strip clubs, and that's how they do it. You go up to the drive-through, you put the money in, you're still in your car, the thing comes up.
Best job ever. You would just you have a camera on the outside so you can see when cars are coming, and then whenever it's done, you're like eating lunch, reading books, Strippers are smart.
There you go.
But yeah, I had a good Thanksgiving. Nothing bad happened, and we had a great time. I drank a good amount to where the next day, like, I was able to make my family breakfast.
There you go.
And didn't feel like shit. And then, I went to my Thanksgiving. I was in a very, like, mellow mood for my Thanksgiving.
Was there any football? Did you play football? Because normally that was a big thing.
We didn't play football. We got there kind of, not late, like, we got there at 4 and dinner was at 5, and then no one really wants to play football after dinner,
Yeah, especially since it's dark and everyone's full of turkey and stuff.
And I had to leave at like 8 anyways, so.
Because that's the big deal, because now Thanksgiving is almost just the precursor to the biggest shopping day in the history of shopping days.
In the history of shopping.
Black Friday.
Yes.
And so you took part of Black Friday.
Yes.
How did it go?
It was great. It was like so much better than I expected. I worked for a very long amount of time. I worked from 6 to 6 basically, and
6 a.m.
6 a.m. Yeah.
So your store, even though your store is downtown.
We didn't open at 6 a.m. We opened at 8.
Okay.
But I had to get there early to there's a bunch of stuff I had to do beforehand. But yeah, that's why I had to leave our Thanksgiving early because I had to wake up early. But it was it went really fast because we were very, very, very busy the whole day. So it moved along really well, and people were pretty nice, for the most part, everyone was really excited to be in our store. And everyone who was working was doing great. So I had a pretty good Black Friday. I was very surprised and very happy about it. And we reached our goal for the day. It was good.
There you go.
Good job, Alex.
Now, I mean, my Black Friday, at one time I worked for Sears at the Pittsburgh Mills, which is no longer a thing. And one Black Friday, Black Friday, it started out, it was Friday morning. Then it started creeping into Thanksgiving, to where the last year I had to be at the store at 6 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah. And
I worked until 7 a.m. the next day.
Yeah.
So that was rough. But the one Black Friday story that I always tell, and no one believes me on this, because number one thing about Black Friday, especially when you're working like a big box store, everyone expects that the prices should be insane.
Yeah, and it's never true.
Yeah,
they never are.
Yeah, they're better, but like they expect, like, okay, if the thing is typically $100, they want it to be like 37 cents.
Yeah,
Instead,
exactly.
if thing is $100, it's now 89, which is still great, but you're still, they're like, these prices are terrible, and you're just like, get out.
Well, then don't come out on Black Friday then.
And that's the one day where the manager's like, you can be rude, because there's so many people in the store that you're just like, you're buying it? No, great, see ya. Because it's just like, I got to go to these people.
Yeah.
So one time I'm doing Black Friday, I'm selling appliances, and I'm doing business all over the place. And this woman shows up who it would be polite to call her a little trashy.
Aw.
And
it's very polite, Mike.
Thank you. And so she came up to me, and again, I'm with people. And she sits there and goes, I need to talk to somebody here because I'm pissed off. And I'm like, and the people like who I'm with are like, and they're like, knowing what to do. And the people go, oh, we have to talk about something, so you have a couple seconds. So I go up to him.
You're like, oh, damn it.
Yeah. So I go up to him, and I go up to the woman, and I go, how can I help you? He goes, I bought a hot water heater off you guys a couple months ago, and now it's broke. I want my money back.
Why the hell would you do that on Black Friday?
Because you're an idiot.
Go any other day of the week.
Any other day and I'm good. Yeah, any other day there's nobody there, but this time that. So she came up to me, and I'm like, at this point I'm like, okay, fine. What we have to do is I'll call up delivery and we'll set up a time for them to pick up the thing. And he goes, no, I want my money now. And I'm like, but I don't have the item. And she's like, what the hell are you talking about? And I'm like, well, I can't just give you the money for the item when the item's still in your house.
Right.
Because you could just keep the money and keep the item.
Right.
And so I go, I need to send somebody out to pick up the item. He goes, this is crap. This is beer. And starts just running out of the store, screaming at the top of his lungs. This woman at the top of his lungs, this place is bullshit. I can't believe they steal money from people. But she was so trashy that no one listened to her, and they just let her go.
No one cared.
2 hours later, I'm with another group of people. This woman comes in with her son, who is equally trashy, holding a hot water.
Wait, different woman?
The same woman.
Oh, okay.
With her, turns out her son, both equally trashy, both equally scumbaggery, come walking in. The guy's holding the hot water tank, which is like, it's a trailer park hot water tank. It's the size of, let's say, like a big cooler.
Okay.
And so he sits there, and the woman looks at me and points at me and goes, that's the guy. Like, I don't run the store. I'm just one guy who works there. And the guy comes up to me, drops the thing in front of me, and says, "Here's your damn thing. Where's my money?"
Oh.
And I sit there, and again, the place is packed. There's people trying to talk to me. This is making me no money. That, like, I have to make money for this to eat and live. So my manager is sitting 10 feet away, and he walks up to her and just sits there and goes, "What's the problem?" And she just sits there and goes, and I stop her before she talks. I go, "They want to return this item. They're not satisfied." He sits there, goes up to him, brings up the item, boom. Because it was Black Friday, there was enough cash. Literally hands him the cash and just goes, "Get out and don't ever shop here again."
Whoa.
So that was the ultimate in terms of Black Friday story 1. The ultimate in Black Friday story 2 was that same Black Friday, because I was there from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Guess how many people want to buy appliances at 3 in the morning?
How many?
Not many. 0.
Yeah, I've had that happen.
So I'm sitting there at 3 in the morning. And by the way, when you've been up since 10 a.m. and now it's 3 o'clock, you're almost, I bet you if they'd have done like a field sobriety test on me, I probably wouldn't pass. And so I go up to someone, and they go up to a refrigerator. And I go up to the person, I go, "Hi, this is a very nice refrigerator for a very great price. I could see if we could get it for you." And she gives me the line. She goes, "Oh, I'm just looking." Now you're looking.
Yeah.
3 in the morning.
Yeah.
You're just looking at appliances.
She might be pretty crazy too. She might be up since 10 a.m. too.
You're just fighting at 3 a.m. to just look at shiny things.
Yeah, I would do that.
You would just look at shiny things. You're like, look at this bright shiny thing.
Drunk as fuck.
So then, yeah, that's what she would. If she was drunk as fuck, that'd have made sense. But okay, so then the final thing that happened this Black Friday was I'm supposed to get out of there at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Woman comes up to me at 6:30 and says, I want to buy a kitchen.
A kitchen?
A kitchen. She wants to buy 4 or 5 appliances.
Damn.
So I'm sitting there going, okay, whatever. Again, I was kind of out of it at 3 a.m. By 6:45 in the morning, I'm gone.
Yeah.
So I'm ordering these things, and the only thing that I'm subconsciously thinking is, there's no way I'm getting this right.
Yeah.
I'm going to send the wrong color. I'm going to send the wrong product. I'm going to send it to the wrong house. I'm going to send it to the whatever. And she wanted it like 6 months from now because she was doing a kitchen and all that kind of stuff. So I put in the final thing, everything like that. I print out the receipt. I hand it to her, get the money, whatever. I walk out. I go in. I sleep for the next 12 hours in my house. 6 months later, when this stuff gets delivered, I remember this woman because she comes storming in. She is livid. And I'm sitting there going, oh, God, what did I mess up?
Yeah.
What did I mess up? And she just sits there and goes, I want somebody who is going to take care of me because I am furious. This is unacceptable. And I go, well, ma'am, it looks like I'm the person who sold it to you. What's the problem? She goes, you didn't include a gas line to hook up the range.
That's a good mistake.
It's a $15 hose. This is against it. The company policy again. I no longer work there, so I can admit it. I picked up a gas line. I went, here, good, bye, see ya, whatever. Just here. I didn't even write it down. I go, here, fine, great. I'm sitting there going, ma'am, you bought your kitchen from a drunk guy. You brought your kitchen from somebody who had absolutely no idea what he was and if the only thing he got messed up was he didn't get you a gas line, I'm saying that's a win for me.
Yeah,
the fact that I had the muscle, the ability to order an entire kitchen for somebody, and the only thing I forgot was the gas line. That's pretty good.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. You know what else is amazing? Alex's bar thoughts and experiences. They're coming up after this break. It's the Mike Sasson Show. You're listening to The River's Edge at www.riversedgepgh.com, or you're listening on TuneIn Radio, or you're watching on Facebook Live. We will be right back.
The Double L Bar, Grant Avenue, Millville, Pennsylvania, reminding you that you're listening to the River's Edge Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Rob Spear, host of Damn Near Killed 'Em, an interview show where anything goes.
Once they gave it to me, you could have stuck a telephone pole up my ass.
I was about to be kicked out of the country.
That's where they send the worst of the worst.
In a psych ward, normal things seem so weird in there.
He was making $5,000 a month doing gay audiobooks.
Hear some stories from people who have been to the Edge and back. Thursday morning at 9 a.m. on riversedgepgh.com or download on iTunes.
I mean, that's some pretty cool shit.
It is some pretty cool shit because this is the Mike Sasson Show live on the River's Edge at www.riversedgepgh.com or on TuneIn Radio across the planet Earth, or you are watching us on Facebook Live, or you are listening on one of the many podcast formats we're on, iTunes, Google Play, or SoundCloud. Again, a couple of announcements. This Saturday, Yuletide Tour, December 2nd. Shop local, live entertainment here in Millvale. Santa lighting the Christmas tree, public art unveiling. You got to get in the Christmas spirit. As you can see if you're watching on Facebook Live, the River's Edge is decked out already in its Christmas
Yeah, we're
stuff.
in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, we've got a Christmas tree. I've got Planty has been replaced by a Christmas tree. I've got tinsel. We're all over the place. Alex, she's...
just me.
Just you. You're in a holiday mood from July. You're just a holiday type person.
I'm not at all.
Not at all. Anyways, also, if you want to see me do stand-up comedy this Friday
We don't.
at the Parkway Lounge, of course you want to. I'm hilarious, and
I see you do stand-up comedy just right here.
Yes, and you're enthralled. Anyways, this Friday at the Parkway Lounge in McKees Rocks, Pennsylvania, I will be headlining with Brandon Shell, Izzy, and it's going to be a great show. $10 right now if you do it before December 1st, or $15 at the door. Again, the Parkway Lounge in McKees Rocks. And if you missed that, this Saturday, December 2nd at Unplanned Comedy Theater, 8 o'clock, the Home Club. Garrett Teitelbaum, who just interviewed you for your show, again, for his show, it's glad that he's working. Again, catch that episode. It'll be released around Christmas time, he said.
Yeah.
And I talked to him about it. He goes, you were absolutely fascinating.
Okay.
And he said, very good episode.
No need to lie, Mike.
He says, you got a really great producer. And I went, absolutely, I know I do. And then I asked him the question, I go, my over-under, the number of times that Alex called me an asshole, I'm thinking is 5. And he goes, no, well...
Let me listen back, and I'll get back to you.
He didn't know if it was the over. I said the over-under was 5. He goes, I don't know. He goes, I think under, but I'm not 100% sure. So, again, thank you very much to Garrett. Again, that's December 2nd, this Saturday at the Unplanned Comedy Warehouse, 8 p.m., the Home Club. Someone else who we're always very thankful for is Alex's love of drinking. That's why we gave her the segment, Bar Thoughts and Experiences with Alex. Alex, play your song.
Maybe y'all can relate. My style's dope any way that you slice it. It's a fresh cut, hope that you like it.
I'm so confused at what day it is.
It's Sunday. Sunday.
Yeah, so yesterday I went out to the bar.
The bar.
Yeah, I went to Pleasure Bar and I got myself some steak. I went and it was like 10:30 and I went there. There's one other person in the bar with me. I was like, how pissed do you think the cook would be if I ordered steak right now? And the dude was like, no, not at all. And I was like, be honest with me, because that was definitely bullshit what you just said to me. And he was like, honestly, this kid that works here, he's only worked like 26 hours this week, and I'm pretty sure he's only working for dope. So I'll give him some extra dope and he won't care at all.
There you go.
All right, it was pretty good steak. So that's how you get good steak.
It's dope steak.
Yeah.
By the way, great mic and great showcase at Pleasure Bar.
I know, yeah.
So every Monday night at 9 o'clock, if you want to go there, that's Comedy Sauce, Pleasure Bar. Great name. Great name for a strip club if they ever decided to go that route.
That's why I think it's really weird, because it's like an Italian restaurant, like in the back, and you're like, why did you come up with this name?
The name is a bar apparently has been there since like the 40s. It's like an old school bar.
Why would you pick that name?
Because it's a pleasure to eat there. Boom, win, victory.
I don't know.
Good food though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, I went and met up with one of my friends, and we went to Howler's, and I met a friend of this friend's, and he lives in New York. And he talked to me about this bar that he goes to. Don't remember what it's called. Mm-hmm. But they apparently... One have like an underground fighting thing.
All right.
Like Fight Club.
That's cool.
Yeah, they decided one day, they're like, we want to do Fight Club. So no one knows about that. Don't say anything.
Don't say anything. Yeah, don't
right.
broadcast it on a show or anything. But yeah, that's a cool idea. I mean, some people do comedy. Some people put up sports, memorabilia. Other places, Fight Club in the basement. Okay.
Right. So they also have orgies on some nights. They like plan it. It's like once a month, we get together. We have this great orgy.
Okay.
And he said... He's been to a couple of them.
All right.
And he's never partook in anything. He just kind of watched.
Would they let you do that? Isn't that kind of like...
No, they you're just basically sitting around. It's basically like a normal night at the bar, except there's people having sex around you.
Okay. So you ever seen the movie...
It just reminded me of something like Kesha would talk about.
Okay, but you ever seen the movie that Tom Cruise did back in the day? It was
No.
Stanley Kubrick's last movie, Eyes Wide Shut.
I don't watch Tom Cruise movies.
Okay, but he did a movie in which there was a club where everyone wore those masks like they wear in New Orleans, and it was lots of sex and stuff like that. I always made the joke that all anybody wants in life is not to have the smallest dick at the gangbang.
Yeah, well, he said it was a little weird just because it was mainly the regulars that go to the bar. It would just be like, oh yeah, I've always wanted to have sex with so and so. This is the time to do it, and then they'd never talk about it again.
Okay.
So I was thinking about it. I was like, what if we did this in Pittsburgh? What if Scarpace's had an orgy night in the basement?
Is there a basement to Scarpace's?
There's somewhere where they store things.
Okay.
Underground.
Right. Okay.
They have that little thing outside,
How would one prepare? Now, you've worked at bars before. How would you prepare for orgy night?
See, I would definitely put down maybe some tarps,
Okay.
You would put down tarps. You don't
I would
wanna
say
get
tarps, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to get things messy.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But I mean, it just makes me think of if we did it on a comedy open mic night at Scarpace's, and just the great mix of people that are there, because there's very normal people. There's the comedians, they're not the normal people, but the comedians, and then their friends that they bring with them, the normal people, and then the people who have lived in Mount Washington for 6,000 years, and just them all combining together in an orgy. I think it would be beautiful.
First and foremost, it would probably be more popular than stand-up comedy, because most of the time, if there was two rooms where one room was they're performing an open mic comedy, and in the other room it's orgies, I think most people would walk into the orgy room.
Yeah.
I think that would be there.
I could totally see it happen like in the men's bathroom at Scarpace's, or maybe just like the back room where you walk up the steps. You know, like we're playing darts, but also there's an orgy going on.
Let me ask you, in terms of if you were to join in at the orgy at the bar, would you come like with a sport coat, like a trench coat?
And have nothing underneath?
Yeah.
Ooh.
How would you do it? Because my biggest thing, where you putting your clothes, how you doing that, all that kind of good stuff.
Maybe you just wear shit clothes that you're like prepared, but then you have to have something to leave with.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Just put the coat back on.
Maybe they just have a special coat rack for the orgy.
Okay.
You know,
I
or
hear
we
you.
have like a special clothes room, and everyone has to get undressed before they walk into the room.
But here's the thing about like I've had buddies of mine go to nude beaches. You ever been to a nude beach?
I haven't.
Okay. Well, buddies have been to a nude beach, and the one thing they always say is there's like 1,000 people at the nude beach, and only like 3 of them that you're cool with seeing naked. Everyone else is like,
you don't want to see them naked.
So like if you showed up to like the orgy night, it would be a lot of you just sitting there looking at chubby guys with like erections, and you'd just be like, thanks. Oh, yeah, thank you. I look nice. Great. Waiting for the one guy to get done having sex with the woman he wants to. You're just like waiting, and you're just like, oh, okay, all right. Well, it looks like he has stamina. And then like 3 other, fat dudes like, how you doing, Alex? I just would think that would be your night there.
I don't know. They have one apparently on New Year's Eve.
Okay.
So I'm very much considering making that my New Year's Eve plans.
To go to New York and get in an orgy?
Yeah.
Now, only problem I would have, I mean, there's several trillion problems that I would have with a New York orgy.
Sounds better than a Pittsburgh orgy.
The only thing
a Pittsburgh orgy sounds like a shitty drink that you would have.
A Pittsburgh orgy does sound like a terrible drink that it's basically it's like every drink that someone got passed out and didn't finish, thrown into a vat, and you drink that. Like, yeah, that's a Pittsburgh orgy.
It's kind of like, have you ever heard of like a Jersey Turnpike?
No.
So like the little bar mats that they put down?
Okay.
So they basically like pour like all of the remnants that have gotten into those bar mats into a drink.
Yeah,
So
that's about what I was thinking.
Pittsburgh orgy.
Yeah, that'd be a Pittsburgh orgy. My biggest concern would be obviously New York, STDs, all that kind of good stuff.
Well, I feel like that's just a risk you got to take, Mike.
That's just, you know what, if you're gonna play in the big leagues of orgies, you gotta
just make sure you have all of the contraceptive that you can ever have possible.
I hear you.
I think that's the only thing.
Now, how disappointing for you would it be? You show up
or
to
maybe
the orgy.
everyone just gets their STD checks and they have like their papers with them whenever you go to the orgy.
Yeah, that's what they do in porn. Everyone has to like do that. Okay.
So yeah, and then everyone has their IDs. No, just kidding.
But like, okay,
I don't want to know anyone's names.
But you have to have someone should have like an X on your shoulder or something, like, okay, he's come in with his papers or something like that. Now, but my biggest thing would be, again, how much would your standards go down, considering you're at the orgy, you're obviously there to have sex. Maybe every guy in there isn't the most studly dude in the world. Would you just be like, you know what? We're at the orgy. It's New Year's Eve. It's New York City.
Gotta do it.
Let's rock and roll type deal.
Yeah. I feel like I don't have very high standards as it is.
Okay.
So I think that it would work out fine. Or you just bring like a backup, you know? Like you bring a couple friends and like you'd be okay with having sex with those friends, but like if possible, you want to have sex with other people, but if not, you're like, oh, all right, well, I got backups.
Would you invite? So you would invite a dude to this? Like you would sit there and be like,
I'd invite a whole group of people. I'd go with a whole group of people. I wouldn't go alone. Oh my God, I'd die.
I'm just saying, like, like, would you sit there and look at a guy and be like, okay, he's orgy eligible. I'm seeing if I can get him to the orgy on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
See,
that's a good way.
Yeah, I'm trying to help you out.
Like, this is our first date.
Yeah. That's how you tell the grandkids.
Yeah.
You're sitting around the fire in 2040.
How'd you meet? We locked eyes across the room.
We locked eyes, and I looked at his massive boner, and I just went at it. I was high on ecstasy and heroin and cocaine, and it was New Year's Eve, and it was 2018, kids. That's
what we did.
It was the Trump administration. Everything was weird and all that kind of good stuff. And things are getting weird, and especially in the educational field, which is why we invented the segment Teacher of Merit. We're bringing it back. Play the theme song for Teacher of Merit, Alex. This very special Teacher of Merit was sent to us by superfan James J. Hamilton. Thank you very much, James. It was Samantha Cox. Again, a woman sounding like a porno star, did something that most porno stars would probably think of doing, which was it looked like in the like before her class, because I sent the picture. There was actually a video of her doing it. She'd sit there and all the kids are waiting, and it's one of those doors where there's like a glass, and so they could see in, but she's caught in kind of the corner, but you could kind of see it. And so she's sitting there, and the kids are like, "What is she doing? Is she snorting something?" Yes, it turns out that this teacher of merit, Samantha Cox, was snorting a combination of heroin and cocaine before her class, and proving again why teachers hate when kids bring in cell phones to school. She was recorded. See, there's the little picture of them recording it. She was recorded doing the cocaine and the heroin. So again, Samantha Cox, a teacher of merit.
So there was a person that liked our show today named Sam Cox, and I was like, holy shit, it's not her.
No, Sam's a fan of the show for
I
a
was
while.
super excited though.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
knew that we were going to be talking about her, and then she liked the show, and then she's like, I'm famous. This is all I ever wanted, to be on the Mike Sasson Show.
That's why I did the
All
blow.
worth
That's
it,
why I did
yeah.
the mix. But I like the fact that it wasn't even just cocaine. It was like, I got to mix a little heroin in there. This is going to be a
Yeah.
rough day.
And it's just now people are auditioning to be teacher of merit. I find it very flattering.
Now, again, we were going to come up with T-shirts, but we don't have like $4 to like boost our ratings on Facebook. So I don't know if we're going to come up with T-shirt money. The other thing that I get is I think if she would have done this in the teacher's lounge, none of the teachers would have cared.
Or just go in the bathroom.
Yeah, there's got to be like a teacher bathroom.
And you got to have like the right, you just have one of those stupid little vials,
Like you're the
got
70s.
a little pinky. Yeah, like do it the right way, and then you're fine.
Snort coke and heroin in school the right way. That sounds like a PSA that you would do
why
after,
are you even
after you become Alex the orgy queen. That would be what you think. Yeah. Now, let me ask you a question. Had you, when you were at Baldwin High School, were you ever invited into the teacher's lounge?
No, I don't even know where a teacher's lounge was, to be honest.
See, that was one of the unique thrills of being a large mammal at Fox Chapel High School.
Right.
Is like during track practice or whatever like that, the male teachers sometimes would just like bring me into the teacher's lounge and just like sit me down. Pal around. First off, it was back in the mid-90s, so everyone was smoking. Like it was one thing you found out that like 90% of your teachers smoked.
Right.
Which you never like thought. They'd be like, "Ugh," and there would always be one teacher who'd be like, why is he here? And then and then all the rest of the teachers be like, it's Sass. It's Sass. Who cares?
He already looks like us.
Yeah, he is. And he's more stuck up than any of us anyway. But the teacher's lounge was like, it was no holds bar. I think if a teacher were to like snort lines or blow lines in there, I don't think they would have cared.
Yeah, it might be a little different these days, but I would have loved to be in our teacher's lounge.
Yeah, it was a semi-cool place until you realized how depressing it was.
Like I thought I was buddies with some of my teachers, but I guess not that much of a buddy.
Not that much of a buddy.
Like we'd hang out in their classroom all the time, you know?
Talking about orgies in New York City.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Then you'd be like, it was 2005.
I haven't changed much.
Yeah, it was 2005. What are we going to do? Anyways, again, Samantha Cox, congratulations for being a teacher of merit. Now we move on to my version of Bar Thoughts and Experiences. It's called My 5 Takes. Play my theme song, Alex. Everyone's waiting for it. By the way, halftime, one team 14, other team 14. So you haven't missed anything. So there you go. Win.
I was just going to ask, what do you mean? Which team was which?
I'm not skating on anything in terms of trademarks. So I'm just like, one team has 1 point, one team
Well, at least
has
they
another.
both have the same.
Yeah, so they're both tied right now. So there you go.
That soccer game that's going on.
That kickball game that's going on. Anyways, here's my 5 takes. This past week, the University of Pittsburgh football team beat the Miami Hurricanes, who at the time were the number 2 team
Are we
in the
allowed to
country.
talk about that because it's over?
Well, I can say University of Pittsburgh. They don't own the trademark University of Pittsburgh.
Right.
I'm guessing. Who knows? I broke something.
I was excited.
There you go. I know you were pumped when you
I
were.
was rooting for them.
Yeah, root for the good old whatever they are. I know they're the Panthers. Who knows? Anyway, so afterwards, Pat Narduzzi was like, "Yeah, it was a great game, and the crowd that was here was excited. But I wish there were more people there. They were 4-7 at the time. Here's the deal: you can't complain about the attendance if you're 4-7.
Yeah.
If you're 4-7, be happy that 35,000 people showed up. Don't give people grief on the day after Thanksgiving on Black Friday if they don't want to show up when most people thought you were going to get your butt kicked. Okay, you won the game. Congratulations. If you were 10-0 and no one showed up to your game, then you can bitch.
Yeah, I mean, people showed up.
Yeah.
Some people did.
Yeah, and
so
you won
whatever.
the game. Congratulations.
Yeah, what are you mad about?
Yeah, what are you
Just
mad
always got to have something to complain about.
Yeah, always. Yeah, you won the game. Now you have to have something to complain about. But again, you cannot. And by the way, this year is again. We always have that fun. It's the silly season, meaning this is when the college coaches get fired. And I always love the fact that all these college coaches have time on their contracts, and so like in Tennessee, to fire the entire staff, it's costing the University of Tennessee $12 million.
Why do you call it silly season?
Because it's a name, because like all of a sudden this coach is at this school, then this coach gets fired, so then he moves to this school, so then someone has to fill that job, so then that guy, and it just creates this whole thing of like, well, who's going to take that job? Who's going to take this job?
And they do it right in the middle of the season.
Well, it's the end of the season, but I mean, they technically, most of them have bowl games.
So when does it end?
It never ends. No,
seems like it, honestly.
Yeah, it'll end when the last guy gets a job. But like last year, the University of Connecticut fired their coach the day after Christmas.
Aw.
Yeah, and had to pay him $3.5 million to go away.
Well,
Yeah, but I mean,
you get $3.5 million.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. What I love is like I would hope someday to be so bad at my job that someone pays me $3.5 million to go away.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty
I'd just
cool.
be done then.
Yeah, then
I'm good.
By the way, he then became the defensive coordinator at Nebraska. Made $1 million this year. Nebraska's coach just got fired, so he got fired again. But still, he's got like $4 million. Win-win.
Who cares?
Yeah, just keep going and getting millions of dollars and getting fired. Second take. President Obama's daughter is currently at Harvard. She's a freshman at Harvard, and on TMZ, you can show the picture. There was a big story about that they caught her kissing a boy.
Oh my God! How is she now? Like 50?
She's 18. She's a freshman at Harvard. So read the headline there, and it's just her. Someone took a cell phone video of her kissing a boy at a Harvard-Yale football game.
Yeah, kissing. I hate taglines of things. Tailgating at first Harvard Yale game, and then I can't actually read the bottom of it because I'm slightly blind.
It says Malia Obama kissing tailgating at first Harvard Yale game.
She's gonna remember her first Harvard Yale football game, and so is the guy that she made out with at the tailgate party. That's a stupid caption.
But someone's job was to find stuff about the ex-president's daughter kissing a boy at the Harvard Yale game.
If she was like fucking some dude, on the car, I would say that's news, maybe. But like, I don't think this is news.
That would be. I love the fact that we went from like, well, it's playful kissing. Yeah, she's on top of a Rolls Royce getting railed in public. Yeah, I would say that could form some news.
Yeah, that is acceptable news. This is not news.
That's always one of the weird things whenever it always happens at concerts when I was working concerts. Like I was at a show when there was like multiple couples out on the lawn having sex.
Really?
Yeah, and like they're not supposed to.
Right.
And you kind of want them to stop, but like how do you stop someone in the middle?
Just go over and kick them.
Yeah, you're just like, hey kids,
stop it,
kids. Like you have to kind of just like make noise, like you're just. Like the raccoons.
Get out.
Like you take a broom, you're like, get out of here, get out of here.
Spray them with some water until they leave.
Is that how you would stop people having sex?
Yes.
Just spray them with water?
Or you just make it a whole orgy.
There you
one
go.
Or the other.
It's two of the things. Oh yeah, you join in. There's the other thing that you do. So again, I would say there's the definition of news. The president's daughter, who is 18, kissing a boy, not news. Last week I talked about the Jim Carrey documentary on Netflix, Jim and Andy, which I thought was awesome. It really showed he went method to play Andy Kaufman in Man on the Moon.
Right.
Jim Carrey did, and I thought it was a real examination of him and his transformation as a performer. And I made a joke about it, and I go, you know what? I want someday as a performer to be at that level because that means that I've got that much money. So I don't know. I think that I respect him by the fact that he could just be making, Ace Ventura's and making a lot of money doing that, but instead he's not. But at some point, it's like he's probably got a couple $100 million. he could be the really snooty artist at this point. He's got a couple $100 million.
Why not?
Yeah, but that's why I say that, if ever I get to that point where I'm just like, I don't care what anybody thinks, then you know what? That's because I'm rich. So
that's not you now.
That's not me now. Yeah, I care about what all of you think. Anyway, so that was number 3. Number 4, I couldn't take the day-to-day pressure of being an Instagram model.
Why?
Because they have to be on point and taking pictures constantly of themselves.
Oh, no, you
always
just save
working.
them up. Yeah, on your good days.
Really?
You're just let me change outfits 6 times, and I'm just going to save up these pictures, and then people will think it's, I'm doing this right now.
See, they fooled me because I always felt that it was the
Exactly.
day of.
Yeah.
Now, with your Instagram, do you do that? You take pictures on your good days, and you're like, okay, this one's for this day, this one's for that day.
No, it's all real.
Okay. See, you're a real artist when it comes to the
human.
Instagram things.
Yeah.
But the Instagram artists, they got to be on point when they're working out. I look terrible when I'm working out. I look like I went through a snot tornado.
So I follow every single bearded man possible on Instagram, and I just started following this one dude. He posts about 50 Insta stories a day of him working out, and it's very horrible. I regret following him.
What is it with bearded men?
What do you mean, what is it with bearded men? What kind of question is that?
Are you saying, oh, come on, that's the sexiest thing? And I'm the only reason why I have a beard is to cover up the chubbiness.
Right. But I don't follow not good looking bearded men. I follow all beautiful bearded men, Okay. But once you start following one, you immediately start following all the other ones because they give you those suggestions,
exactly.
And you're like, oh my God, all these people are beautiful.
Yeah.
And then it's a bad.
Same thing with my Instagram. I'm following a bunch of Instagram models because they're all hot and they all pose pretty much naked with their bare butts. And I'm like, hey, I like that.
Yeah,
and then eventually you're following 200 of them.
Yeah.
One time when Twitter first started, I didn't realize people could see who were following you. And every 2 seconds, I'd be like, oh, here's another porno star. Oh, here's another porno star. Here's another porno star. And actually Matt Light sat there. He had a girlfriend at the time. He goes, yeah, Mike, every time I want to look at porno stars, I just look at your Twitter because you're following 500 of them. And
God.
And I'm just like, oh, I didn't know you could see that. And so it's
you're only following porno stars and then 3 comedians.
Yeah, 3 comedians, 500 porno stars, and my brother. That was the only people that were following at the time on Twitter.
Sounds good.
Yeah, there it is. Very interesting. And then number 5 is I figured out why TV sucks.
Why is that, Mike?
My sister said something to me once where she sat, because she's out in Los Angeles, she's with UCB, so she knows a good amount of people that have written and performed on Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
And every time there's a conversation about Saturday Night Live, someone sits there and goes, oh, Saturday Night Live sucked, blah, 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 blah. And so I'm sitting there and I'm going through it and I go, you know what? I bet you I know why Saturday Night Live sucks. And she goes, no. You don't know. Here's why it does suck. And I go, why is that? He goes, you're getting the smartest people in entertainment to write for stupid people. And I sat there and I was like, you know what? That kind of is a lot of what happens. Because if you're writing let's say, the Kevin James Show, there's a good chance that if you write for the Kevin James Show or you write for the Man with the Plan type shows, you're a decently funny person. You just
got stuck on a shit show.
Well, if someone says, hey, you want to make $500,000 writing for a shit show?
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden you have to sit there and be like, okay, how do I write a shit show? If we sat here and we're like, okay, this show has to appeal to grandmothers over the age of 80.
Right.
We'd be racking our brains going, okay, how do we make this show for women over 80? That's really why they do it, and that's why TV stinks.
I just want them to write a show for women over 80, but it's all 80-year-old women writing it.
There you go.
I don't think Golden Girls was written by,
Golden Girls was written by women.
Yeah, but not old women.
Yeah, you'd want
probably
80
younger. Yeah.
At this point, probably the women that wrote Golden Girls would be of that age.
The oldest women in the world to write a TV series.
It would all just be them using things that ooh, you can't say that anymore. Ooh,
yeah.
You can't say that anymore. Like, ooh, you can't call, that's kind of a racist term, Beatrice.
This Christmas tree really gives you a nice glow, Mike.
That's what I try to do. It's the glow. And we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll go to news and notes of the world of celebrity sports. As I mentioned before, Taco Bell's done it again, and a congressman shows his junk. It's the Mike Sasson Show live at www.riversedgepgh.com or on TuneIn Radio or on all the rest of them. It's Mike Sasson Show. We'll be right back.
Hey, River's Edge listeners, Alex here from the Mike Sasson Show, and boy, have I got to tell you about Salon 22, a small local business located right here in Millville. I got my hair colored there about 2 weeks ago, and I still can't stop staring at myself. They use this awesome new technique called color melting to make me look like a mermaid. But don't worry, if mermaid hair isn't your thing, they'll meet all your hair goals, with things like balayage, rose gold, unicorn hair, ombre, as well as monochromatic color, which is your standard basic coloring. Seriously, they do it all, and they do it good. Check Salon 22 out on Facebook and mention this ad when you make your appointment to receive a free color lock service to help preserve your color. It's a $20 value for free. I'm not kidding. Book your appointment now by calling 412-822-7222. That's 412-822-7222.
Again, we're back. It's the Mike Sasson Show live on the River's Edge at www.riversedgepgh.com. Again, keep listening to the River's Edge. Great local music.
Yeah.
Listen to the Metal Edge as well. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
All of them. Listen to all the local
Do
music.
it.
Don't listen to like the stooge radio stations that are from they're owned by some moron in New York, and you're just like, that's what those boys in Pittsburgh like.
And the horrible Christmas music.
And the
that's
horrible Christmas music. We only play good Christmas music because guess what? This Saturday, Yuletide Tour, December 2nd, here in Millvale. Shop local, live entertainment, Santa lighting the Christmas tree, public art unveiling again, December 2nd, here in beautiful Millvale. Millvale's business district is super cool. Millvale's business district is super cool. Take advantage of it. Also, this Friday at the Parkway Lounge in McKees Rocks, I will be headlining with Brandon Shell and Izzy. It's going to be a great thing. Friday, the Parkway Lounge. $10 right now, $15 at the door. Take advantage of it. Also, if you miss me then, I will be also, I won't be broadcasting. I'll just be talking into a microphone. My stand-up comedy at the Unplanned Comedy Theater, the Home Club with Garrett Teitelbaum. That's his monthly show. This Saturday, 8 o'clock, December 2nd, Unplanned Comedy Warehouse in Lawrenceville. Great place to watch comedy. Another place to watch comedy is right now on Facebook. Again, my name's Mike Sasson. That is Alex, producer extraordinaire.
Hey.
Again, congratulations to us getting all those likes during the Steeler game. I'm saying it, Steeler game. Boom.
Oh, my God.
Sue me, Mr. Rooney. Anyways.
He will sue you.
He will sue me. Even the ones that are passed away. But guess what? They won't sue me because they'll be laughing too hysterically at news and notes. Play the song. Again, it is news and notes brought to you by me and Alex. No sponsors needed. First news and note is this is a website developed by 4 women who did this during a drunken dare, but it has now grown over in the UK to now expand to New York and Boston. It's a website called tubecrush.net. Essentially what it is a bunch of women were secretly taking pictures of really attractive dudes on the subway, hence the tube, and posting them and having people rate them.
I mean, who doesn't do that?
Who doesn't do it? So we see them pictures right now.
Why is it just everyone with their legs out? Also, if these guys have wonderful accents, whew.
So you're saying these would be good pictures for you? You'd be like, you would take these pictures. You would be like, yeah, these would be some tube crushes for Alex.
Yeah.
But now, one of the things that was brought up, first and foremost, is some people are saying it's reverse sexism, that they're treating these men like objects. They're human beings. They're just trying to get their
if men did this to women, it would be completely unacceptable. Yeah, sure.
But men doing it.
But who cares?
Yeah, but who cares? It's good-looking
Let's
dudes.
do it anyways.
And Alex is all for it.
I'm sure it gives those guys an ego boost, you know? There is actually a guy that I know was on one of these accounts. It was called something like Hot Guys Reading Books.
Okay.
And he was on the subway reading a book, and he was on the account.
Okay.
Great day for him. Like, I feel like he was pretty excited about it. I'm sure he wasn't like, oh my God.
I was very excited the day that I was on Obese Male Monthly's website. That was a good one.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it was right next to me and Dom DeLuise's kid and the gay guy from Modern Family. We were Obese Male Monthly's Men of the Month. So very good there.
But I agree with this website wholeheartedly.
You support it?
I don't think you have to rate the people, I don't really like that part of it, just
look at them.
Post the pictures.
Do you have any problem with men looking at beautiful women and saying, wow, what a beautiful woman?
No, why would I have a problem with that?
A lot of women do.
It's the rating part that's the problem. Because if guys were to do the same thing, it wouldn't be as weird. Like, I mean, I'm sure women would come up with a problem of why it was bad for them to post these pictures of women. But, like, it's the whole rating part, I think, that really gets people.
By the way, a university over in England did a study on the ratings. Guess what 2 attributes got the highest ratings by women? What 2 physical attributes of the men?
Smile.
Nope.
Shit.
Muscular build and rich, wealthy-looking clothing. So basically, if you're built and you're rich.
What are these people taking these surveys?
Lots of women in England
Just
apparently
dicks.
love like giant men with nice clothing.
I mean, I don't know. Those guys' legs were a little bit scary. Like, they're a little bit large. So like, that dude could crush me with his legs.
Probably.
Just crush.
These are things you got to think about, Alex.
Right?
I mean, that's
it's
why
all things you got to consider. Mine would be number 1, smile.
Okay.
The next thing, I'm not quite sure what would be after that.
Number 2 would be just But that's one of the, okay, we have to go back to the orgy. If it's too dark, you can't see smiles. What happens then?
Why couldn't you?
I don't know. Maybe it's too dark.
I don't think it's going to be that dark.
I don't know.
I don't want it to be that dark. I don't want it to be like pitch black.
Okay.
I want a little like mood lighting,
Mood lighting. What type of music?
Oh. I'm not a huge fan of music.
During?
Yeah.
So, but what happens if they had to play music?
I guess like slow, sensual jazz, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Also, someone else is pretty cool is Uma Thurman, and a lot of people were talking about when the Harvey Weinstein thing came out that Uma Thurman's been in a lot of Quentin Tarantino movies, a lot of Miramax movies, and so Uma Thurman, they go, hey, Uma, when are you going to come out? Did this happen to you? Were you sexually harassed? And she was interviewed. She goes, I've learned in my time that you don't make comments in the heat of anger, so I'm going to hold my comments. So this past weekend, she released this, so I would like you to read it so you can, the Uma Thurman comment on Instagram. Can you read it, or do you want me to just paraphrase it?
No, I'm really trying. I need to get like, what are those called? Bifocals?
Or glasses.
Just bifocals.
All right.
I have regular glasses.
Okay.
She said, Happy Thanksgiving. I am grateful today to be alive, for all those I love, and for all those who have the courage to stand up for others. I said I was angry recently, and I have a few reasons. #me too. #me too. In case you couldn't tell by the look on my face. Sorry. I feel it's important to take your time, be fair, be exact. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone, except you, Harvey, and all your wicked conspirators. I'm glad it's going slowly. You don't deserve a bullet. Stay tuned, Uma Thurman.
Here's my problem with this. So she's come out with basically saying she knew that women were getting sexually harassed by Harvey Weinstein. That she herself got sexually harassed by Harvey Weinstein. Why didn't she say anything? Why didn't she say anything when she was getting the roles? Why wasn't she getting? It's now
Why didn't she come up with the #MeToo then?
Well, but here's my thing. Okay, she was in these movies. She was in Pulp Fiction. She was in Kill Bill. She was in these movies. She could have easily outed him and said, "Hey, Harvey Weinstein is a scumbag. We should do whatever." But now that Harvey Weinstein's out of the picture, he has no longer the power to get her movies. Now she comes out and says, "Oh yeah, he's a scumbag."
Yeah.
So I think it's a little self-serving at this point. Now, the people like Rose McGowan, who came out before when they didn't know what was going to happen, kudos to those women. But a month later, to sit there and say, "Oh yes, he did it to me too," a month after everyone else had done it, I think you're now kind of, I got a problem with that because you could have stopped this. You had the power, but you just kept on taking the roles.
I don't know. It's too much.
It's too much.
It's too much.
Something else that's too much for me is every once in a while they have these videos, like these YouTube videos of like, apparently there's this woman who's amazing at body painting.
Oh, right.
And so she paints on jeans and pants and all this kind of stuff. So they found this model.
That's what I want to do.
You want to get painted by women?
No, you just get to. I would want to be the painter. You just get to paint hot women all
That's
the time.
pretty cool.
You
Yeah.
know?
So that's what
Be a
this
nice
woman
job.
does. Like, so she painted this woman, and they had the video where they sat there and they said, "We sent this woman in essentially nude. All she had was like pasties on her nipples and like a thong, and we sent her into a mall during Christmas, and look what happened." And what happened was everyone kind of looked and went, "Oh,
Hot girl.
yeah." That's all they went. Like no one. I don't understand what anybody thinks is supposed to happen.
Yeah.
What like if you saw a woman walking and you thought that possibly she's a painted woman and she's actually naked, what would you do?
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly. You
You
just
like
be
look
like,
for a couple cents, like, all right, I'll go about my life now.
yeah. Which is why I think the whole point of like they have the stories about free the nipple and like people are like, no, women's breasts need to be covered and men and all this kind of stuff. All anybody would do is literally just go, oh,
Yeah, and then go about their lives.
yeah. That's why I hate these videos. Like they kind of tempt you. Like you won't believe what happened. It was a bunch of people going, "Oh, that's interesting."
Yeah.
Most people actually
Great
not
art.
that. Yeah.
Good job of painting.
Yeah, great, wonderful, It's not
Also,
like
she was like wearing a scarf and a hat too. I guess like to disguise the fact that she was painted. But like, I agree that it's very stupid.
Speaking of scarves, it's a 5-year anniversary of Lenny Kravitz setting the internet on fire with a picture that I think is one of the most ridiculous pictures in the history of ridiculous
I love
pictures.
it.
Okay, show the picture.
I am.
Okay, it's the largest scarf in the world to the point that I think it might be a rug.
No, it's just a blanket scarf.
That's a blanket. That's bigger than he is.
I have a blanket scarf. It's not quite that big. It's right behind me.
Okay, put on the blanket scarf and pull the Lenny Kravitz. Okay.
It's under my butt.
Okay, it's under your butt. Now I'm making it into like a song. That's nowhere near. That's almost okay. That's almost. Again, it's a blanket. Not compared to Lenny Kravitz's.
Right, but see.
Okay, but do you think Lenny Kravitz
It's a real blanket.
It's a real blanket. Now was that called a blanket?
Maybe he didn't have enough money to go out and get one of these fancy blanket scarves, so he just used one of his blankets at home. Or he was like, I'm super fucking cold today. Let's use this blanket. It's warm and comfy. I don't want to take it off.
And then
he
I think
started-
he's got that Lisa
do
Bonet
whatever he
money.
wants.
Yeah. I think he set the internet because it was just the largest scarf anyone had ever seen in their lives.
Yeah. But I think, I think he started something.
You started the blankets.
He might have started the blanket scarf. I don't know how far they go back.
Is there a person in like entertainment that you model your fashion after?
No.
You just go by your own beat.
Yeah, sometimes I look like a mom. Other days I look like a lesbian 90s. Other days I look like just a straight badass. That's my fashion style.
That's your fashion style from, what is it, mom to
Mom.
lesbian 90s, like indigo girls to
90s
just
lesbian.
like 90s lesbian to just like don't look at me or I'll kill you.
Yep.
That's Alex Clemens. I wear whatever is currently at the Big and Tall shop.
There you go.
There you go.
They
All right.
decide your fashion style for you.
There you go. Another one who decides what is fashionable right now are hipsters. As we're getting into Christmas, there is a new movement for newfangled Christmas trees made out of things that are just kind of around the house. So there's one picture, and I sent in of which one are you showing?
The silver ladder.
The silver ladder covered in lights.
It has like some little animals on top.
Okay, you have the it's cute voice on right now.
Call me a hipster, but I think it's adorable.
You would have that instead of a tree?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of thrown in the
You
face
probably
of them.
already have a ladder in your house.
Okay.
I do not, but you know, most people would. So why not use it to your advantage?
Before we look, hey, we're
Instead
starting.
of, you know,
we're
like,
starting the
cutting down all
holiday.
these
We're
trees.
starting the holiday season. Are you a huge fan of the Christmas?
Of the Christmas
Yeah.
or just Christmas?
Just Christmas, the Christmas holiday season.
I'm not a fan of the season. I love Christmas.
Okay.
Like I love Christmas and Christmas Eve. I'm not a fan of the whole season. I think it's too much.
But how about Christmas trees?
They're okay. I like I guess, decorating our Christmas tree at home.
I love it if I liked it when I walked in here and everything was already done. I was a big fan of that. I just don't like doing it whatever, but I like Christmas trees. I'm not a big fan of the decorating a ladder.
See, I like it. I'm like, oh, okay, this is nice, but I'm not like, I don't want to go decorate my whole, my whole apartment with stuff, and I don't want to decorate a tree more than I have to. Like, I decorate my parents' tree because we have ornaments that are like very sentimental, and they've been passed down like through generations, or like my mom buys us an ornament every year for Christmas. So we have ones from when we were like born and stuff like that. That's cool. It has some sentimental purpose to it. But like just putting fucking bulbs on a tree, well, who cares? Why do that? That's
so
stupid.
in your house, are you going to vote for let's just decorate a ladder?
In my apartment, maybe. We used to have a tree that we left up all year round because we were too lazy to take it down, and we would decorate it for each holiday.
As I mentioned before, the way the Sassons work is the Christmas tree does not come down until the Steelers are eliminated from the playoffs.
Right.
Which some
Very
years,
good rule.
which some years it goes well into February, which that makes it a Valentine's Day tree. There you go. Moving on to this we have two more stories. One more story is someday, Alex, you might be a mom and you might be dealing with this. Toddler walks into the parents' room and says, "Mommy and Daddy, there are ghosts in my room." Now, obviously, you're kind of taken aback, but you're also like, you know what? Kids come up with the stories about like, they go, the boogie monster under the bed, all that other kind of good stuff. So she kept on saying, "No, Mommy, there is something in my room. Every night I hear banging and moaning. There are ghosts in our house. We need to do something." Again, it's like a 3-4-year-old kid.
Is this the actual kid?
That's the actual kid. Guess what it was? They live in a townhouse. Their kid's bed is on the wall. On the opposite wall is the people in the next house. Guess what they were hearing?
Them having sex.
Them having sex.
I thought it'd be the parents having sex.
No, it wasn't. It was so the ghosts, every time they'd wake up, the kid was sitting there getting scared because he kept on hearing moaning and banging and thinking, "Oh my God, there's ghosts in the house," when it turns out it was actually the people next door having sex.
To be honest, that's like one of my biggest fears with having a child, not like going through childbirth or anything like that, but having your child be like, possessed or something, and you come into their room and they're just like standing up on their crib, like staring at you, and they like have, little demon eyes or something, or or if you're watching them like on the little video cam and they like start doing something real weird, like that would freak me out, especially if it was just me and the kid at home alone. Like, oh my God.
Now,
my kid's gonna kill me.
What if this situation happened when it turns out it was just the next door neighbors having loud sex? That's an awkward conversation to have with the next door neighbors.
I guess that's when you talk about the birds and the bees with your child, right?
At age 4?
Never too early, right?
Never too early. Would you discuss it with the people next door, saying, "Hey, you're scaring my kid. They think it's ghosts"?
Or maybe just move your rooms around.
Yeah, maybe you could do that.
I would just make sure that the kid is like, "This is not a ghost. Please do not become a crazy person because you've heard ghosts your whole little life." I would just make sure.
You would just make sure, because your biggest fear is...
I would just make up something like, the people in the house next door, they I don't know what else they would be doing.
What else? They're wrestling. That's what
playing.
They're doing.
They're playing like monsters.
Yeah, they're playing monsters. That's all it is. Another person who is playing monster is a representative from Texas, gentleman named, let me get, Joe Barton, who, this is my biggest fear. Like, you talk about your biggest fear being like that, you find your kid possessed. That's why I can't imagine people who send the dick pics. Because once you've sent the dick pic is owned by the person who receives the dick pic.
Yeah.
Because Joe Barton kind of got in trouble because this woman has put on Twitter the picture of him showing his junk, which, again, an old fat man, that's not the best view in the world.
I don't know.
You're a fan of that?
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Not an attractive man. But, okay, question for you.
Sure. So
when you sent me this picture, like his junk was kind covered up. You didn't do that?
No.
It was like that.
It was like that at the
Okay,
beginning.
I was going to ask you what his junk looked like.
And by the way, it was the first time when that has happened that I have not looked for the picture without the junk.
Why?
I was just like,
You're
know
like
what?
not curious at all.
Not curious. And then the woman actually put the text that he sent her, which was, "I want you so bad right now, deep and hard."
First of all, I want to point out that this text message looks like it is from 20 years ago.
More than likely it is.
Like, because that is not a smartphone. That's like totally a flip phone. Is she getting these dick pics to her flip phone? And like, what
See, that's my
is
thing
this
with,
going on?
Here's the thing. He claims that essentially he had a consensual relationship with a woman. He was, married. He might have been married at the time. He might have been slightly out of his marriage, whatever. But it wasn't like he was harassing her or anything like that. They just had an adult relationship, and the guy showed
so
his
then
junk.
she just posted it?
Yeah, it's almost borderline revenge porn. Ugh. Exactly. That's good. I mean, you can't. I think that's an issue.
Sorry, I showed my penis.
Sorry,
I trusted you. That's what he should have said.
Sorry that I thought that you were a quality human being. That's what I did, which is another reason why women always need to have on them. Now, you do have pepper spray on you, correct?
I do.
Now, the Chinese, again, are way ahead of us. They don't even just have pepper spray anymore. They have blow torches.
I mean, always got to be prepared, I guess.
Yeah, this is for women. It's the biggest gift during the holiday season up in China for women who are concerned with men coming at them. Yes, they are handing out basically portable blow torches to women to fend off of people.
I'm afraid to use my pepper spray because I'm afraid to miss the person's eyes, or I don't know, what if this person wasn't actually trying to do anything to me and then I just sprayed their eyes with the pepper spray, or I miss or something and then get more mad. What if you just torch someone's face,
Yeah.
That's some pretty serious damage. What if the person was just like, I was just trying to help you, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, sorry for torturing your face,
Yeah,
bro.
sorry. Yeah, sorry you've got, 4th degree burns for the rest of your life.
That's pretty intense. I don't really like that. I don't think I would never want to use that on someone. Even if someone was trying to kill me, I think I'd be like, just kill me.
Really? Rather than disfigure a person?
Yeah, I don't want to use, I wouldn't, ugh. Also, just picture that. Just imagine the smell of someone's skin burning because you're
You would rather die
them.
than disfigure someone.
Yeah.
Okay, you're weird.
It seems like that's a lot of violence.
If someone tried to kill me, all bets are off. Someone tried to kill me, all bets are off. I'm disfiguring this person. This person's not leaving the room.
See, here's the thing also.
That's the Mike Sasson guarantee. You try to take me out, you're going out. That's how it is. Boom, win, victory.
See, I carry my pepper spray around with me, and when I'm walking at night, I'll carry it in my hands, ready to go. But I still don't think that it would be my first reaction. I don't think that I would think of it in time, especially this torch. Where are you keeping that? That is handy. You're like, oh, here you go, just torch this person. That wouldn't be my first reaction. I think I would try and fight back first, and then I'd be like, oh, maybe I could use this pepper spray.
Someday we're going to have Mike Sasson Show flamethrowers. That'll be when we've got the merch.
Oh, okay.
Have a merch table of flamethrowers. Okay, last thing. As I mentioned before, Taco Bell, a big favorite of the Mike Sasson Show, has come out in Milwaukee right now. They're testing a new dessert in which they put Kit Kats inside of tortilla shells, grill them up, and obviously serve them with love.
I don't know. I would really have to taste this. I feel like
it's chocolate and Kit Kats melted in a tortilla.
But
I think it's going to be pretty good.
the tortilla part is the thing that gets me. Maybe if it was more of kind of like a crepe, and you put the Kit Kats into it, delicious. But the fact that it's just a regular ass tortilla with chocolate in it, I can't see it being great.
I think it's got. They're also testing them with Twix bars.
Okay.
Which one do you like better, Kit Kat or Twix bars?
Oh no, no, I could never decide between those two.
But
they're both amazing.
Here's my thing.
Put both together.
Whoa. Boom. There you go. But I think personally, that you talk about something at 2 a.m. when you're really super drunk.
I would totally eat it then. But I'm a little confused about the whole tortilla part. That's it.
Okay. Well, they're testing them out, and and they're in Milwaukee, so someday they might be here in Pittsburgh.
Maybe.
Again, that is news and notes from the world of sports and entertainment and everything like that. Now to the final segment where we read your comments. It is comment your ass off. Alex, play the song.
Say hello to the world. Say hello to the villain that's been you.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, number 1. Buzzy, he says, came here for the orgy talk.
There you go. That honestly, if we had our own talk show just called Orgy Talk, I think it would be a huge hit.
4 people liked that comment.
There you go.
I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
The River's Edge is talking about how you shouldn't let Christmas music ruin your holidays. Listen to our music. Our music is great.
It's right. Listen to www.riversedgepgh.com.
And Sam Cox was a little confused about that comment. He said, holiday music?
We don't play holiday music, Sam. We're trying to compete against all of the scumbag radio stations playing Christmas music since essentially the 4th of July.
Yeah, maybe on Christmas Day. I don't know.
I'm a huge fan of the Christmas music on Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, but like when you're playing it like a day after Halloween, it's an issue.
Oh, yeah. Zach started listening to it while we sleep, so I'm just in a great mood all the time when I wake up.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. That's why the orgy talk started in New York.
Yeah, exactly. Abby, my sister, says, watching the game and you guys, be impressed. Cheers, Alex. Nicholas said, coat check? Question mark for the orgy.
Yeah,
Good
you'd have to
idea.
go with the coat check.
Yeah, but like, what do you... I don't know. What
Would there have to be a place where could there be a locker room somewhere?
Also, where are you putting your money? Like, if you wanted to go get a drink,
Exactly.
maybe they just have a flat fee.
I
You
think it
pay
would
so
be a
much
flat
and you have
fee.
unlimited drinking. Okay,
I think there had to be
maybe a buffet.
That'd be cool. But you know what? I think there'd have to be a locker room with lockers with a lock or something.
And like maybe a shower
Yeah. Where are you putting the key?
where you cry
Would you cry?
in the shower. I don't know. You could cry.
Cry in the shower at the orgy.
Damn. Buzzy came here for the orgy talk and then missed it.
Ah,
God damn it.
God damn it. That's why we play the show up and up again. And I'm pretty sure the orgy talk is going to be one of the segments that we cut open.
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry. We'll talk about orgies again.
Yeah,
we just did. So
yeah. If you bring it up, we're going to talk again.
yeah, we could probably have a whole show just about.
I told you, if there was a podcast called Orgy Talk in which we would just talk about orgies and we bring in orgy experts and we just had people.
Oh. Do you think that's a thing? Like it's a certain, the sex experts, it's like a certain division of them.
Why don't
orgy
you be
experts?
Well, let me ask you a question. That's your thing. Maybe you become Alex the orgy expert.
Alex, sex expert, specializing in orgies.
Would you want that? That's a long thing.
Oh, no,
to put
I
on
want
the
a
business.
long title.
Really? That's a big thing to put on the business card.
Nope, that's it.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Okay. Maybe you have to go to like correspondence school.
That was it. And then a bunch of people liked and loved the show.
There
So
you go.
thank you,
Congratulations. I'm going to end the show with this little thing. I don't know if you saw this. David Cassidy passed away a couple
My
days
mom
ago.
was so sad. She was part of his fan club when she was younger.
Okay. Yeah, he was huge.
Yeah.
He was the only way someone described him to me is like as big as like Britney Spears was as a girl back in the like late 90s, early 2000s. David Cassidy was bigger.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like he was like, again, Partridge Family, all that kind of good stuff. What got me though, did you hear what his last words were?
Oh my God, no.
Well,
I don't. It sounds really sad.
well, his last words, according to his daughter, was so much wasted time.
Oh my God. Oh, that makes you want to cry.
I know.
Jesus.
I mean, it doesn't make me cry because I have no feelings, but I mean, like, that hits you.
Woo!
Because you sit there and you're just like on your deathbed. This is a guy who obviously at one time was one of the biggest stars in the world. Performed his entire life, all that kind of good stuff. And the last thing he's thought about in his brain as he was going off to the next stage was so much wasted time.
Maybe he didn't get to finish his sentence.
Yeah.
So much wasted time, said this person.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a great life.
You know what he should have done? Someone wanted him so bad to just go, just say, come on, get happy. Just say, come on, get happy. No. It's so much wasted time. No, just say, come on, get happy.
Maybe that was like the next song. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, listen, you guys got to make this song.
Yeah, there you go. Writes the song.
This is the title. I finally came up with the title for my last song.
This was going to be the
So much
comeback,
wasted
but now
time.
all my organs are failing. So, wah.
Okay.
And he also missed the orgy episode. So, but he's somewhere watching in that big orgy in the sky. David Cassidy, so much wasted time. But what the point I'm making is, You know what? I make the joke in the beginning of my that we're one day closer. And I make the joke where I sit there and I go, we're one day closer to, meeting that special someone, one day closer to, comedy greatness, one day closer to dropping the fuck dead. All of that's true. And the thing is that I the other day, well, not the other day, I talked about it on the show. Some people look at that as a negative. I look at that as a positive. Guess what? Why, what are you worried about? We're all out of here someday. What do we care? Just keep rocking, keep going, keep listening to the Mike Sasson Show, keep listening to Orgy Talk, keep working for Christmas, keep drinking water, keep watching the football game.
Okay.
It's all happening right now. Again, this Saturday, December 2nd, Yuletide Tour, December 2nd. Shop local here in Millvale. Live entertainment, Santa lighting up the Christmas tree, public art unveiling. Again, 2 big shows for me this Friday, Parkway Lounge in McKees Rocks. Come and see me. It's going to be great. $10 now, $15 at the door. I will be headlining with Brandon Shell. Also, the Home Club, Unplanned Comedy Theater, this Saturday, 8 o'clock. I'll be there. That was Garrett's spot. Garrett's a good man. You should listen to his podcast as well. But you also should listen to ours. My name's Mike Sasson. That's Alex Clemens. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for watching. You guys have a great night. Bye.